Go Zoli.
Ready in 5, 4, 3, 2.
He says it so well.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
You're here. You did it. You found time in your crazy mom life. Let me run some business first before I get into my excellent guest. We got a great show for you today. I'm doing stand-up because, fuck it, COVID didn't take me down. I don't give a shit. Okay, here we go. Addison, I added a late show Thursday night. I think there's a few tickets left on that. Houston, Texas, February 25th through 27th. And then Nashville, Tennessee, March 11th through, I think, 13th. Tickets are at Christina P online. Get them now because these clubs are only running half capacity. I make sure that they take safety measures so you guys are as protected as can be while still having a life. How are you doing, Ryan Sickler?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I'm
How are
so
you?
glad you're here.
You know, I am too. It's always refreshing, and I'm an open book with you, so I'm very comfortable talking to you.
You're an open book every week on your podcast, The HoneyDew.
I appreciate that, but I want to say I get a lot of really nice compliments about how people feel like I'm easy to talk to,
You
and
are.
I feel
You're the best.
that's how I feel about you. When they say that, I'm like,
Aw.
I understand what they mean because that's how I feel about Christina.
You're so sweet. I think it's because you and I, A, we share a long history together,
True.
and B, we don't bullshit.
No.
I think there's 0.0 bullshit. I think that's why we've all been friends. You, Tommy, me, all the comics that we came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we were just talking about the Rona. So you had the Rona too.
Yeah, we had it. I just did an episode with Giannis Pappas that'll
What's
air like
going on?
next week, and because I haven't talked about it either. Like I just didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Sorry. Is this faux
No,
pas?
it's
Okay.
not. No, because I'm going to talk about it, but I just didn't. Meaning, I didn't make a big deal out of it on social
Yeah.
media and all
Neither
that
did
stuff.
I.
But because also, like, knock on wood, we were fortunate. I've got long-term stuff right now, but we were fortunate to go through it pretty mildly. And I know
Yeah.
there are people dying, and I want to be like, look at me skipping rope, crossing it up and double dutching with the kids and shit while we have Corona. Like, I didn't think that was appropriate.
I'm the complete opposite. I am that asshole. I'm like, fuck you, COVID. You can't take me, motherfucker. I'm touring.
No, that's
Can't take
fine.
me down.
I'm saying I just don't put it out there.
I
We're
know.
behind the scenes hitting the heavy bag and
Yeah.
everything. We stay ready. We just don't advertise.
I hear you.
know?
I also feel like it's too much to be like day 3 of my COVID journey. Like people journaling it, it feels like it's like the same person that posts health updates of their grandma on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, grandma's surgery, doing better. Her sores are healing. And you're like, what are you doing? You're sharing too much. But maybe that's me. I'm an asshole. I don't know. I feel uncomfortable with feelings and stuff.
Me too.
So
Well,
you
the whole
had
reason I found that I had it is because I wanted to go see your husband in recovery.
Oh my God.
And here's what's weird. I went to the doctor. I'm very good about my physicals and blood work with family history. So I go twice a year for all that shit. Okay. Not once a
You
year.
go twice?
I go twice a year for blood,
Jesus.
urine. Once a year for EKG, chest x-rays.
You said
and all that.
urine.
Urine.
No,
P?
You go urine.
How do you say it?
Urine.
Urine.
What? You say urine.
Urine. Blood and urine.
Urine. Okay, Josh, how do you say that word?
Urine.
That's like 3 different ways now. Everybody says it different. Urine.
Urine.
That's how I say it.
Urine.
Urine.
So you get your urine tested.
Blood, urine, lipid panel, all that. Cholesterol.
Why are you so worried? Are you because you have death in your family?
Yeah, a lot of it. And young. Everybody died. I'm outliving everybody.
Yeah,
So,
me too. My mom died of cancer.
That's
and
scary.
She had everything. High blood. Everyone has high blood pressure, strokes, cancer.
Yep.
But we're like cockroaches, somewhat.
I feel like I'll be around.
Not, yeah.
But I get,
yeah.
so when I'm there, he's like, hey, do you want a COVID test and an antibody test? It's covered, it'll come with it. Just want to do it? And I was
Wow.
like, yeah, let's do it. And it's negative. And I get
the COVID test is negative?
Yeah, I get my blood work and all that stuff done the week before so that when I actually go in for the physical, we sit down, we go over the numbers, and we can talk about what I need to do to maintain good numbers. So, I don't know, a little over a week later, I hit Tom up, and I'm like, hey, are you allowed to have visitors where you are now? And he's like, I am. When's the last time you had a COVID test? And I was like, just a little over a week ago. Now, if I'm not going to see your husband, this is how I find out I have COVID. So he's like, you got to have one within 48 hours or whatever. I'm like, no problem. I go get one. Sure, it's going to be negative, but it's positive. So then I think, all right, well, this is a false positive. I just tested negative a week ago. And if I don't go see Tom, this is what the doctor was saying. This is why we need a vaccine, because if I don't go see Tom, I have it. And I still didn't feel symptoms for 4 or 5 days after that test.
After the test, right.
You're out in the grocery
lag.
stores
Yeah.
and you're doing the right thing, mask, everything,
Yeah.
but you're passing it. We're all passing it.
That's what. So I mentioned that on the last episode of this show is that I had symptoms. I tested negative twice for over the course of 3 or 4 days of having active symptoms, and some guy emailed me. He's like, "Yeah, you stupid bitch, because it's too new. The infection's too new. You stupid." I'm like, "Thank you." Thank you, sir.
Thank you, doctor.
Dr. Drew. No.
Dr.
So,
Dickhead.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, I get there's a lag. So, there is a lag between what these tests can detect and if you're actively carrying. So it's kind of a false sense of security in a way. But anyway, just treat it. If you feel sick, just treat it as if you do have COVID.
Yeah.
But
and
until you
then
can get
my daughter
confirmation.
had it. Her mom had it.
Your
couple
daughter
friends.
had it? So
Yep.
how did your daughter do?
No, I mean, again, I feel almost bad saying it, but she was so mild. She had a stomach ache for like 2 days, but it didn't affect her diet. It didn't affect her, energy, nothing. And I'll say this too. None of us had fevers. None of us had muscle pains. Her mom was down for a couple days, but no diarrhea. So, temperatures, nobody, nothing.
Thank God.
But that's what I'm saying. You go into a store and they take your temperature. Like that's the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? That's the bare minimum of doing anything.
I know it's too late. By then you could be walking around and you just have a little running. That's what I had, a runny nose for 2 or 3 days.
Well, here it went from 1 in 20 to 1 in 5 in just a matter of weeks because of holiday travel. And my doctor, I go, don't you think it's airborne? He goes, look, outside, no. I'm a doctor. I still walk my dog without a mask. He goes, unless someone walks right next to me and spits on me or coughs on me and sneezes me, you're not going to get it by passing someone. He goes, but yeah, in the grocery stores, in the Targets and everything. He's like, you could have walked into an aisle where someone had sneezed 10, 15 seconds before you got there, and it gets in your eyes. Even though you got the mask, he's like, we need a vaccine. Don't even bother trying to figure out. And there were 6 in our circle, and that was it. We were able to limit to that, and then everyone else around us had tested negative the entire time. Unlike you being a dumb bitch, they waited.
Stupid bitch.
They waited.
Love the show. And it's always like,
love you, girl.
Huge fan.
Yeah.
You're so fucking dumb. You're like, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Guys, never said I was a scientist. But there's some great vaccines out. Johnson & Johnson's
that's
coming out.
the one and done, supposedly.
That's exciting. There's the Moderna and the Pfizer. Blah, 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 blah. I hope.
But do you still have symptoms?
No.
I do. I'm the long hauler.
You're a long hauler. So does Dr. Drew. He's still very tired.
I don't have a sense of smell still.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I haven't tasted
all.
or smelled in about a month. But again, I like it because my weight is just going down.
It's ass-eating time right now. You're on that scrum, girl. You're on that scrum.
Don't fucking spread this
It's the perfect time.
propaganda.
It's the perfect.
It's propaganda.
If you can't smell, it's a perfect time to eat ass.
You're the worst. No, but I don't mind it because I'm not drinking alcohol now, and I'm not eating. It's fantastic.
I can taste sweet, but sweet all taste the same. I can taste mint when I chew gum,
weird.
and I can feel spice. Outside of that, I can't taste a fucking thing. No mustard. No, I can't smell. I can't smell weed.
I can't smell anything.
I'm cleaning the bathroom the other night, and my eyes start burning and my throat. I'm like, oh my God, I can't smell the bleach. I forgot. I couldn't smell.
I enjoyed it because my dog shits in my house regularly, and she's got real squirrely diarrheas. And I bent down, and I didn't even smell a thing. I was like, fuck, this COVID is real. That's how I knew I had it. I was testing negative, but I'm like, this shit's positive, bro.
I still have it. They said they found nodules on my lungs, a cluster, but they're like, that could be scarring, all this shit. It's nothing. It's so small. Come back in 6 months to a year. We'll keep an eye on it. So, yeah, I don't know what it is or
we don't know. And the thing is, we don't know.
I'm not tripping on that.
You don't know if COVID, even if you're asymptomatic, can lead to lung issues, heart issues.
And even though we didn't have it in our chest, like that was the worst part about COVID was waking up every morning and do I feel worse? Is it in my chest?
Scary.
Every day. We did little marks on the wall. I kept in touch with my doctor the entire time. We've all tested negative. I was saying a good healthy dose of the antibody. He told me. I went in there. I'm like, give me it all. Give me it all. Give
I'm
me
getting
X-rays.
mine
Give me everything.
tomorrow. They're gonna tell me how many antibodies I have. I'm just curious.
I want to know because I haven't talked to him yet. I got to see. There's different ways to measure it, but he's like, you got a really good healthy dose of it. I was just licking handrails and shit.
I don't care. I'm the same way. I'm like, it's fine. Because I think about my dad. I think has hepatitis B, like just walks around with it. And our parents, especially if you grew up with immigrant parents, they had these diseases. Like I'm trying to, like TB. I think
tuberculosis.
I think my stepdad had TB. And mesothelioma.
Mesothelioma. Yeah.
I have all that shit.
Yeah.
We're fine. It's fine. It'll be fine.
Well, kids don't even have chicken pox anymore. They don't even get that one.
Isn't that wild? Yeah, that's you know what though? I keep saying this on this show that thank God this pandemic did not fuck with kids in a hard way.
It did. It left them alone for the most part.
For the most part. I know you're gonna write in and tell me my neighbor's kid got it in February, and I know, but for the most part, statistically. they look okay. So anyway, this is a parenting podcast, and I love you for the reason that we can be very honest with each other. And I talked to my shrink today, and I always find that there's no honesty about parenting. And for me, like what I'm struggling with now, let's just talk about what we're struggling with. I struggle with the range of emotions that I go through every day parenting, because you and I are comedians. We don't like feelings. I don't like weakness. I don't like feelings and weakness. So like how you go through just like rage, joy, exhaustion, annoyance, frustration. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just like
bam.
And I it's confusing, and I feel guilty when I feel the bad feelings towards my child. Do you feel that too?
Yeah, my daughter last night when I was like, Stella, enough. She's like, you don't have to talk rudely to me. And then I was like, God damn it.
Fuck.
I'm like, I'm not. You're actually talking rude to me right now.
Yeah.
I put it back. But it's fucked with me. And being also, my daughter used to go to school.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? So when you have that built-in break away from them where they're being educated and learning about life, you're happy to come back, and it's easy to ride out the evening. You know what I mean? It's easy. I got a couple hours in me of patience. I don't have 12. I don't have 12 hours of it.
No, but the bedtime, you can't tell me that there's I feel every parent out there dreads bedtime. Where you're just like, that book, Go the Fuck to Sleep. There's a reason that was a worldwide bestseller. It encapsulated that feeling perfectly of like, all right, dude, let's go. And then they get up, they run to your room. They get up, they run to, I want water. And you're just ready to fucking kill yourself.
All day long. I'm tired. As soon as bedtime comes, my daughter's jumping on the bed and everything. Yeah, that's a great book.
Why do they?
I'm like, where the fuck's this wind coming from? This is the second wind coming right now. Like, I'm just excited. Watch this split, Dad. Like, I don't want to see the split. That I'm an asshole. I'm like, I want to see you split the covers, get your ass in bed.
Yeah. Or my older boy has so much energy. He literally wakes up and just runs, and he runs all day. And then, of course, when it's time to put on the pajamas, he's like, I'm tired. I can't. And that the rage wells up in me.
I have a no whining rule.
Yo.
I have a no whining
Tell
rule.
me how you do it. Let's talk.
I mean, it doesn't work, but I have the rule. She breaks it all the time. But I mean, I'm like, what are you whining right now?
Yeah.
No. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. You can ask me for anything you want, but do not whine.
I hate
Don't
whining
whine.
too.
It's the worst. I'm like,
that I want.
But here's the problem. My daughter is very fucking funny. Like, she's been doing these videos lately of joking with me about doing comedy classes. And she did a stand-up set last night. And I didn't. So to make this joke make sense, because maybe you're smarter than me, y'all probably are, but I always thought anything with wings was a unicorn. I mean, I knew a Pegasus and I knew a horn was a unicorn.
Anything
horses.
A horse with wings.
But I knew a Pegasus was a horse with wings and no horn.
Here's the thing. I fucking hate horses.
Okay.
So like, yeah.
But I'm going to teach you this.
Yeah. Okay. I fucking
But a
hate
unicorn is a horse with a horn, no wings.
Gotcha.
A horse with a horn and wings is called an alicorn.
No, shut the. No, it's
they can
not.
Look at
It's a
ALI
Pegasus.
Corn, alicorn.
Wait a minute.
Right
With a
there.
horn.
Alicorn.
Then what's a Pegasus?
A Pegasus is the same thing without the horn. It's got the wings. Okay.
Who's making up these?
So we
rules?
learned this shit by looking it up because she's asking me these questions. So last night she's doing a stand-up set and she goes, I don't see it. She goes, no, she goes, alicorn. Only corn I see in here is corn on the cob. I almost fucking pissed my pants. I go, listen,
solid.
you're fucking getting it. You get the setup, you get the punch. And I was like, you get the I was like, oh God. I was laughing so fucking hard. But man, it's
she could do Jennifer's Coffee on a fucking Friday night with that. That's a solid,
totally
that's a solid beginner joke. I think
Oh my God.
That's a problem
I couldn't even
with
get over it. I couldn't get over it.
That's
I'm
a problem
like,
with being comedians and having kids. But
that's what I was going to say is, so I'll get pissed at her, but she laughs.
Yeah, that's the
thing.
Same with Alice.
Like he's like,
right in
she's
your
like,
face.
I'm like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
And she just keeps looking at me laughing. I'm like, God damn it.
I'll fucking kill you. My 2-year-old has done this. He's doing this thing now where when he gets frustrated, he goes, God fucking damn it. God fucking damn it. And I was like,
I haven't had that yet.
Shitting me, bro. And Tommy last night, I go, Tommy, listen. He goes, God fucking damn it. Tom goes, where did he hear that? I go, where do you think? Of course, Mom. But I didn't even know I said God fucking damn it.
Isn't it amazing that you don't realize how much they're parrots? You don't realize the shit you say.
I don't mind. You know what, though? With the cursing, I just found I go, hey, you can't say that till you're 16. You can say it, just not, you're going to get in trouble at school.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the truth. And I found that trick worked with Ellis.
Say it with your friends.
Yeah, because language, who cares?
That's Other parents will. Other parents will be like, I don't want your kid cussing around my kid. I'm like, then I don't want my kid hanging around with your fucking
Then you're
kid, right?
nerds.
They're not allowed to do it in front of you, me, or school. Okay? I got my limit.
That's true. God fucking damn it. So you're homeschooling.
Yeah.
And I can't. So my kid's in like TK. So he gets to go to his school because it's small and whatever. Mm-hmm. I can't imagine how are they expecting parents to work and be the teacher and do everything else. Like, I don't even know how you're alive.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate it. And I posted about this a short while ago that I really think that the government, I looked up the average yearly salary of a teacher's assistant, and the highest seems to be out here, and it's like $30,000. So I petitioned the government to allow every person that's had to educate a child from their home this year. I'm not asking you to give us money. I'm just saying allow us to write a little $30,000 off the taxes this year. Allow that.
Well, because it's a part-time job.
We have to be there, and we're not being paid. And people are like, you decided to have kids. I'm like, I did, but I'm being forced. There's a difference between deciding to be a teacher and being forced to educate a child in your home.
That's right.
The challenge of educating a kid in your home where all their fucking toys are and their pets and they're this and they're that. Good luck keeping them entertained on a fucking screen. You tell us screen time's not good for kids, but now we got a fucking screen time all the goddamn day. So I fucking hate it. I should not be teaching. I can teach you street smarts. I should not be teaching book smarts.
Right.
I've said it. I wasn't good at the old math. You change math. I don't even know how. I'm not qualified to teach any of it.
Bro, I don't even know this new math you speak of. I've heard of it through
All I
other
know is
parents.
the name. Common Core. That's it. I don't know any
I don't
of
even
it.
understand how this shit works. How could there be
I bet
another
you
math?
These young guns.
Oh
have
yeah,
here probably know that
Zoli,
shit.
what is this new math? Did you learn
Yeah,
this?
they introduced this when I was in like 8th grade
Yeah.
or something.
Did you get it? Did you get it?
Not really. Yeah. I mean, I don't even really remember what it was. It was like a lot more word problems. They gave us all iPads to do it on, but yeah, we were all like confused by it too.
Yeah. So we're still homeschooling, and I have. Look, I know this is my fucking shit, so I'm just talking from my point of view, but I have a 6-year-old daughter who's learning how to read. She can't just sit there self-sufficiently and do the assignments and everything. I have to help her with what's this, what's that, how do you spell this, what's that word? You're sitting there doing that. And the truth is these kids this age are missing out on the most important thing, which is social interaction. They're missing out on getting yelled at by a teacher or watching a kid get in trouble and being like, I don't want to fucking feel like that. They're missing out on the hugs and the handshakes and the playtime and learning how to lose and learning how to play and be inclusive and be, a good student and a good friend. They're missing out on all that. I'd rather my kid, you'll laugh at this. So they did a fucking TK review last year at the end because she had her TK. And the teacher's like, listen, she's fine. She's ahead of everything. I just want to tell you, your daughter is a great friend. Anytime I have a child in this class who's crying, she goes right over them, hugs them, makes sure they're okay, comes and tells me. I started crying. I was so proud. Because I would rather you be a good person than a good mathematician. Yeah, it's a good mathlete. Yeah. Fuck your mathlete certificate. Can you be good to somebody? Can you help somebody out over there?
That's so true because I was...
Oh, you can spell really good, but you're a fucking dickhead.
You're a douchebag. Yeah. No one wants to spell douchebag, asshole. That is the problem. That's the problem. That's so true because all the academic stuff they can catch up on, I feel as though you can always catch up in math.
And there's different ways, obviously. If you're bad at the math, maybe you're better at this math. Yeah. Or maybe sometimes it's the teacher. Sometimes the teacher doesn't teach it the way it should be taught or the way you take it the best. Absolutely. You know what I mean? It has to be this partnership. And I've read about these schools. Like I saw one in Texas in the paper that does a no homework, and it's like go home and be with your family and learn, enjoy each other, shit like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's the answer, but that structure of you got to be here every day from 7:30 to 3 is not. Horrible. It's not for everybody at all.
Vuori, a new perspective on performance apparel. Perfect if you are sick and tired of traditional old workout gear. I know I am. I love Vuori because it's fashionable. You don't feel like, you know what I mean? Like one of these people I'm working out, and then, you see them at the coffee place after. It's such a brag. But Vuori, they've got these great women's daily legging. They're very, very soft. They have a nice high waist to hold in your mom gut, a drawstring tie, and upgraded no-slip fit. I love those. And I recently bought their Palisades jacket, and I am in love. It's perfect for walking around on a misty day. Their clothes are very versatile and comfortable. They're designed to look great in everyday life outside the gym, so you don't look like just an intense gym rat. You look like a fashionable lady who likes to work out, or man. Vuori is an investment in your happiness. For our listeners, they are offering 20% off your first purchase. Get yourself some of the most comfortable and versatile clothing on the planet at vuori.com/moms. That's VUORI clothing.com/moms. Not only will you receive 20% off your first purchase, but you will enjoy free shipping on any U.S. orders over $75 and free returns. Go to vuori.com/moms and discover the versatility of Vuori clothing. This episode is sponsored by Apostrophe, a prescription skincare company for people that are ready to take their acne seriously. Prescription acne treatment really works, but it is hard to get. You have to take time off work to see a doctor and sit in line at the pharmacy for your medications. Not with Apostrophe. You can treat your adult acne, reduce dark spots, improve skin texture. You can get topical and oral medications so you can treat whatever your skin problems are from the inside out and the outside in. It's really simple. You go to their website, you take a quiz, and you get an actual dermatologist who creates a plan for you. They send you whatever products you will need. It's super easy. It comes with a cute little postcard and stickers to personalize, any prescription bottles you may have. And it's great because you don't have to go to the pharmacy during COVID. Who wants to do that? Get $15 off your first visit with a board-certified dermatologist at apostrophe.com/WMMA and use our code WMMA. This code is only available to my listeners. To get started, just go to apostrophe.com/WMMA and click Begin Visit. Then use the code WMMA at sign up and you'll get $15 off your dermatology visit. That's apostrophe.com/WMMA and use that code WMMA to get your dermatology visit for $15 off. And we thank Apostrophe for sponsoring the podcast. Well, I think that structure, so the school structure teaches you to be a good docile body, right? You come in at 7:30 in the morning, or 8 a.m. or whatever, what kid is ready to do anything that early?
Exactly.
So your brain's not even on. You sit still, which to a kid is probably the hardest thing in the world, let alone sit still in front of a computer screen. I can't do it for hours and hours. I want to blow my fucking brains out. So yeah, it's a lot of demands on these people, these little ones. And also they need, you're right, like you said, unsupervised play. This is the biggest thing. Let them work that shit out on the playground,
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, get those now and laters. Remember there was that kid who'd come to school with a pocket full of now and laters and you'd fucking barter to get those.
I'll trade you my PB&J for your I want your peanut butter and jelly, man. God damn it.
Yeah, or like learning how to get teased. I feel like I don't obviously condone bullying, but there has to be an extent to where you go, hey, you know what? You kick that other fucker's ass. Like I don't even have to tell Ellis he's such a little badass already.
I told Stella that.
I fucking kick him in the dick.
You
bro.
don't hit first, you hit last.
That's right.
And if anybody fucks, she goes, they told us not to. I go, I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that. You take care of this little motherfucker. I'll take care of that.
That's what I said. I said, Ellis.
She's like, okay, Dad.
Kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, that's what she said. I'll kick him into privates. I go, you kick him right into private. I said, if you want, you can wind up and go again and say, this was for my dad.
That's what's up. That's right. That's right. I said, kick him in the nuts. And Ellis goes, what's the nuts? And Tommy goes, well, I'll teach you later, kid.
I'm showing her Goodfellas. I'm showing her De Niro stomps. I'm like, this is how, when they're down, you're not done when they're down. This is how you finish them right here. You De Niro stomp them right here. Like,
because as an adult, don't you think that I think setting boundaries and standing up for yourself and saying no and saying yes when you mean it, no when you mean it, that's the really important stuff of an adult. In addition to being a kind, caring human being, that stuff is more important than did I get an A in fucking Common Core math in second. None of that shit even matters.
It's important. It's important,
I mean, it does. I shouldn't say it doesn't.
It does matter.
It's just whatever.
But it's not everything.
It's not everything.
That letter grade doesn't make you better than anybody else.
No, of course not.
It just made you better in that course than me, you motherfucker.
You stupid asshole.
You didn't even have to try.
Yeah, fucking Michelle from 5th grade.
I'm over here trying my balls off for a 72, you know?
I'm such an idiot.
Math was always my C and gym was my A, and it would cancel out, and that would give me the 3.0. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and also I was thinking how absurd it is that standardized testing exists. For instance, the MCAT to get into med school, the LSAT, which gets you into law school, the SAT, which gets you into all this fucking dog shit.
I did terrible on
Of course, I did terrible on everything. Why? Because the pressure of one day making or breaking your life is tremendous. And what else in life is like that? This number says
I have an opportunity to get into these schools.
Yeah. But think about it in life, even in stand-up. You ever heard that saying? There's no one set that's going to make or break your career. Mm-hmm. There's no one set that's going to make or break. There's no one thing in life that ever makes or breaks you. But
that one F and that one A, neither of those are going to make
or these stupid tests.
Yes.
Imagine you blow the SAT and then, that's it. Now you can't go to college and now you can't do the next thing and the next thing. It's so sad. It's too much pressure.
Wait, you're living at home right now with your two brothers and no parental supervision and nobody gives a shit about your kids and you're taking care of each other? Yeah, you're going to have to go to community college. Your test number wasn't good enough to get into this school. Like, really? We're good people.
You're good people. No. You're a good person.
College is the biggest fucking fraud. It really is.
See, I disagree.
Listen,
I love college.
I love it too.
Yeah.
But it needs to be 2 years.
You think so?
Look, the first 2 years you're taking these general electives and all. That's all money for the fucking university.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. And also, it does allow you, I'll give you devil's advocate on that. It does allow you the time because I changed from wanting to do psychology to physical therapy to this, to that.
Yes.
So it also does allow you to try some other things. But if you know what you want to do, then honestly, going and doing it in the work field is better. If you know that
if it's not academic, if you don't want to be a doctor or a lawyer,
production.
Yeah,
if you
come
know
out of
you
high
want to
school.
do it.
I wish I would have had Josh Zolo out of high school. Yeah.
We're actually, Lana and I at the Santa Monica Music Center doing a program it's called Outreach Through the Arts where we do that. So for the people. Also, people can't afford college.
No, the way it's structured now is it's a ripoff. I agree.
Yes, and it's also not for everyone.
No.
But if you know you want to do something like this, we're going to do scholarships through donations and stuff from other companies and have these kids come in and work with us and learn to live switch, learn to edit, learn to production, you know, all that shit, graphics. So, yeah, there it is.
What you're saying is
Mark Wahlberg we're working with.
Oh, I love that. That's tremendous.
He saw the whole story about us, the whole store being looted and us going through all that. And
what?
Yeah, he started a whole foundation. I'm on the board. Lana is the head of the board. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah,
Tell people
where the arts.
Where can they find this? What's the URL?
Go to SantaMonicaMusicCenter.com, I believe is the website. And it's also, I did a post on my Instagram. It's on there, and you can donate, or you can actually be maybe be part of it. We have DJ programs, all that stuff.
Well, how fun.
You know, with a music store, you can't give lessons because there's literal transfer of spit and instruments. So they've been shut down. Yeah. But started this whole project, and So again, for kids that can't afford college or don't want to go to college, you come out working. You know, by the time you're 22, and hey, nothing wrong with going to Little Caesars and you know, making minimum wage either. Nothing wrong. But I'm saying if you know that you want to do this, bam, high school to this, why waste your time and money on college?
Here's what it should be.
So it's not, I take it back. It's not a scam, but I think 4 years of it is bullshit.
Right. For an idiot like me, 4 years was the perfect incubation time. Because if you had loosed me on the world at 20, negative. I would have been a fucking wreck. So the fact that it got to contain me for 4 years, I even took the 4.5 year plan. I think that was good for me. Now, I like what you're thinking though. I think it should be you graduate from high school, you either go to a trade school, which is what it sounds like you're saying.
A modern day Votech.
That's right. And also, what happened to like carpenters?
That's what I'm saying. Where are the
And like go work. The other day, Ellis goes, "I want to be a construction worker," and I go, "That's a fucking great job. You're always gonna work. You can be in great shape, but not the guys in
my place. They're building a whole goddamn fucking condo for the next year, 10 feet away.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great business to be in as well. But I think, you're right, that there needs to be like either trade school. So let's do this. Let's do 2 years of school. And then I think 1 year, they do this in Austria, you have to do a year of community service. So you either drive an ambulance, you know, you work as a paramedic,
cool.
You join the fire, you volunteer at the fire department, you have to like give service to your community for 1 year. I wish I would have done that. I think you would learn a lot more about life that way.
Fuck yeah.
And then a year of travel. You got to travel. I don't know how we would pay for that one.
I don't either.
But a passport is huge.
I believe I think honestly, just 2 years of community college is enough to figure out it's affordable and it's local and it's enough to figure out what your path is. Am I going to continue in college? Nah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Or maybe you come back to it later. You got your credits that stay. And if you are going to continue, then boom, you jump to a 4-year school where you only have to knock out 2, or it's that program.
Yeah.
I want to just go to nursing. I want to just go to this. And then you jump to this.
That.
Why? You don't need to do all that other shit.
I wish I knew that early.
I know people come on the podcast sometimes, Christina, and they're like,
jealous.
"Oh, I graduated early and I did." I'm like,
"Yeah, how?
Wait, y'all could do that?" And they're like, "Yeah," and everyone apparently can. You can apparently get like permission to work and do all. I'm like, "What? Y'all got out of school in 11th grade?" Yeah. My whole senior year was from home.
See, I wish I would have known that. I would have like left my home a year earlier. I just needed to not be home. I know that. But I also know that the reason we went through the last 4 years in this country is, I think, a lack of formal education. I mean, if you look at how people are disseminating false information, the internet has taken over in lieu of actual education, actual experts giving expert advice, and like everybody's a fucking Google expert now. Like, don't take the vaccine, it's gonna make
Listen, you dumb bitch, you gotta wait 6 days. Everyone's an expert.
Right.
Like, everyone.
Meanwhile, listen to like Dr. Fauci or whoever who's actually doing the research on these things. And I think everybody feels like they're an expert, and we're not.
No.
Anyway, so that's my story.
Well, you asked me what I was struggling with.
Yeah,
and that's my number one. My number one has been
homeschooling.
Yeah, I mean, also obviously I'm not a nightclub bar guy. I haven't been for years because I've always felt like being out every weekend or 3-4 nights in the week. I've met my social quota.
Well, you work in a night.
Yeah, and we're around all
yeah.
these people drinking and, all that. So I feel like I'm in that environment and atmosphere enough where if I'm not on the road, I don't need to be in a bar Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, whatever.
Yeah.
But I do miss social interaction. I miss going to even dinner by myself. Just sitting somewhere by myself. I miss that.
Go to Texas. You can do that in Texas.
Yeah, I mean, look, I got the
Go to
antibody.
Florida.
I got to go down. I do want to check out Austin, but the homeschool thing has been the worst because I have to they go, okay, make sure you have an assistant there with you, a parent or a supervisor, an adult with you, and I'm like, yep, I'm right here. So I can't get any of my shit done when we're doing homeschool.
That's the worst part.
And then you're balancing. So it really started to fuck with me hard. Now here's the thing: I was on. Either you did mine or I did your show, and you talked about Lexapro, and I had tried Lexapro. Man, it's been a while, maybe 10 years ago, maybe longer, and it didn't do anything. And I talked to my doctor. I'm like, do you think I should try it again? I'm pretty fucking down in the dumps. And it's, again, that wasn't even the stand-up so much because I had the outlet of this. I still get to see people, still get to talk, still get to be hopefully funny and have something.
At least it's an outlet.
Yeah, an outlet for myself and for people that want to watch. But he goes, I want you to try it again. I was like, all right, I'll try it again. Now, here's the thing about me. I have no problem with therapy, never have. I don't know why. Maybe it's my ego. I don't know what it is, but I don't know why I feel there's more of a weakness of taking a pill than going to therapy. You know what I mean?
Do both, but what if you did both?
I do, and I do. So, but it was just my own thing. I had to get over it because I guess my mind goes to, there's just a fucking pop a pill and fix a problem.
Right, which is not what happens.
Great
anyway.
for everything. But, having a mental health podcast and talking to all these people, you cannot discredit medication. It is so beneficial. And what I realized is I've been on a lower dosage than what you said. I think I was on a 5. So I didn't really feel.
You didn't hear, I'm walking on sunshine.
No, that's what you said.
I went to sleep that night. I popped it, boop, and I woke up 2 hours later, and that song was in my head as I was peeing. I was like,
I didn't get that.
Is this in the commercial?
But I definitely no longer wanted to throw my daughter's computer and fucking school books out the goddamn window. I was much more able to tolerate the situation that's going on. It's been a few months now, and
Good.
I definitely feel a difference for sure.
Good.
For sure.
Yeah, for me, it just I had a lot of anxiety from postpartum depression, and it just took me down from a 10 to like a 2. So now I'm able to scale things more accurately and be like,
I can't wait to fly on this shit. I haven't flown on it yet.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm holding back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. Well, I'm glad you're taking it. I think it really does help. I think.
Well, you're a big influence.
Yeah.
You didn't even know. I was like, Christina's over here fucking singing show tunes and shit. I mean, can I just get a smile on my face?
I know. I love it. The only thing I do get a little concerned about is that it's harder for me to cry. It takes like a really massive thing for me to cry.
That's because you're scared of your feelings.
Well, that too.
I'm very emotional.
How are you so connected? You and I grew up with
I'm
crazy
a Pisces. Moms. Well, I mean, I longed for it. I guess you longed to get away from it.
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
No, that's not always.
It's true. It's true. I wanted to run away from my mother. I did not like her embrace or her.
I'm the same. I wanted away from her. It's the dad thing that's where, and my dad and my grandma's where I get emotional about that shit. Yeah, big time. I mean, when my daughter says certain stuff, I'm like, I get emotional.
What do you mean?
Definitely, like out of nowhere. Sometimes she'll look at me and she'll be like, "This is the best day ever, Dad. I love you." And I'm like, "Oh my god!"
You're like, I did it. I broke the cycle.
Well, I'm trying like a motherfucker. To break that cycle.
Same.
Did you have any worry? My mom has said she started disliking me around 4, and
my god, disliking you.
Mm-hmm. And even
she
if it
said that to you,
not to me, she's told other people.
Oh my god!
But even though, forget 4, whenever I started feeling it and knowing it. You know what I mean? The age you felt. I there was part of me as a parent that wondered, like, will I repeat that?
Yeah.
And I can't imagine. I mean, my daughter's 6 now. I can't imagine disliking, like, that fucks with me. Like, that gets me, upsets me.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, man.
I think I think what I can't understand more than I can understand like disliking phases of their development. I'm not great with infancy. I get very anxious. I'm very like out of my mind. It's nothing to do with them. Usually it's because it's probably nothing to do with you, but how you're triggering up your mom. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
Like that, it's not you as a person. You know that, I hope. Yes. But I do worry that I don't like certain phases. But I can't imagine abandoning my kid. That's when I go.
Right.
Like the shit that my mom would, for instance, she would be vengeful against my dad because my dad was off partying and having a great old time and she was stuck with me. Like she was a single mom. So she would find reasons to justify like kicking me out for a certain period of time so she could be free and to kind of to punish my dad, I think is what it was. So she would like drive me to school and be like, "You're going to live with your father now." And I'm like, "Wait, what? You can't
just like Wednesday?"
Yeah,
like
yeah.
No, sit down.
Yeah, it was horrible. Like she would justify it like my room would be too messy, or I had just done some small kid transgression. You didn't brush your teeth fast enough, and then she dropped me off at school and just be like, "You're living with your father," and that stuff. I go like to not see your kid for weeks and weeks, to abandon them. I think that to me is unconscionable. Like parents who are like, "See you later. I'm going to go live on the other side of the world," and not.
Or 3 miles from here. Or 3 motherfucking miles from here.
Right. Like not liking the development phase they're in. Yes. I don't
Is
think I could ever
than-
not like
yeah,
my kids. There are
no.
moments I don't like being around them. And I feel guilty about that even. I'll be like, but I should be loving this, right? Because on Instagram, everybody loves being a mom.
Well, the older
feel
I get,
guilty about
also
that.
people are like, "What do you think that's about?" Like, and you know what? I don't want to think about like
What's about?
like abandoning a kid. Like I don't ever even want to try to get into the psyche of that. Like, why do I want to dive into that? I don't know what that's about because I don't feel that way.
Fuck no.
And you know, good luck to the fucking person that felt that way and their kids. What's up? We did all right.
No.
We did all right for ourselves.
We did all right, yeah.
We did all right for ourselves.
Or just like I think about my dad's ability to just be like, going to Australia, going to Club Med, deuces, gonna get ripped. Or like he would take me with him.
Yeah, you told me that
Club
before. I
Med.
can't even get over that.
And I would be
You got to be the only kid that was down at Club Med.
the only dancing with sailors on the dance floor. Like they were doing blow.
You guys
and
have
dancing.
a daycare or anything? Like, no. No.
I know.
It's Club fucking Med.
Yeah, he just let me run the village.
Yeah.
Like, God, fuck, I could have gotten snatched up a
You
million times over. But that too, that neglect of like, I don't care. And to not have that protection from a father to a daughter, that part is unconscionable.
Yeah.
When you look at your parenting and you're like, wait, my parents just let me run the streets when I was fucking 9, bro. Like that stuff, you just go like, maybe it was a different time. I don't know. Maybe my parents were just not great parents. I don't fucking know.
And also, think about us now, and you got to go back to
God.
their parents.
Yo,
You know? So
that's even worse.
They probably feel like, oh, she's here, whatever. You know, this is better than anything I ever got.
It's so
You know?
true.
Yeah.
So then what
And then we try to overcorrect like a
Yes,
motherfucker.
I've
That's our
overcorrect-
problem.
Yeah.
All of us do. We all try to overcorrect.
Yes.
You know, I was reading this book. I think it was actually called The Secret of Parenting. And
Ooh, I'm gonna read it.
one of the things that stuck out was that the reason kids seem more spoiled and talk back to their parents and they do is because they don't get the ass whoopings we all used to
Right.
get. You know, there's
Oh,
a
here it
point
is,
where
The Secret of Parenting.
there's a point where you remember, I'm going to trigger my mom or dad and it's going to fucking hurt if I say this. So I shut up and you do that. But the kids today don't do that because if you hit your kid, it's a whole social services and CPS, all that shit, you know? So
Everybody hit you growing up.
Yeah.
The fucking neighbor hit you. And you're
teachers,
like, thank you.
nuns would hit you. Like, so that it is. So there's a whole different learning
true.
that goes into parenting today than it did before because you can't just smack the fuck out of them.
Well, I don't,
You
you know,
know?
I don't want to smack them. I do want to teach resilience. I think, and I
I don't
know,
think smacking your kids would help anyway. I think they'd laugh at you. I think they'd laugh
they're
right in
such
your
little
face.
badasses.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, mom. Like, thanks. And they're fucking, and their tracksuits, their Adidas tracksuits, like, fuck you, mom. I'm like, good. Like, I do want to raise them to be fucking warriors, you know? Because the world, listen, this whole generation about we're going to make everybody feel good about themselves and everything is hunky-dory. Everybody's inclusive. Everybody's included. Bitch, it's never going to happen. Okay, maybe in like some Western countries that are going to be civilized, but
yeah, the people who want that, go create
work.
that somewhere else, okay? Go take your participation trophies and shove them up your fucking ass.
Fuck your
Teach your kids how to lose. Teach your kids how to be good losers.
I agree. Fuck
Jesus
a participation
Christ,
trophy.
yes.
That makes me nutty.
It's so insane.
Nutty.
My stepson's got trophies that are this fucking big. I'm like, what's? He's like,
for
that's
fucking what?
6th place. I'm like, what are you talking about? 6th place.
Nah. Are you being serious?
Yes. And they're
6th?
broken and shit. I'm like, because you didn't earn that, motherfucker.
Because you don't care.
You didn't earn it. Listen, 1st place got the fucking trophy.
That's what's up.
2nd place, maybe a smaller one.
A fucking ribbon, bruh.
3rd place was a medal. And after that, it was a pizza party if you had a decent coach. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Or a bookmark.
That's
they
it.
give you a fucking bookmark with like a thing to Carl's Jr., a gift certificate for a free Whopper.
You know, we would be so bad sometimes the coach would throw a pizza party and he'd make up awards like, all right, most improved, and then you get an award off of that,
Ooh, I love Bev. Bev is a female-first canned wine brand that was founded to change not only the way a product is consumed, but the way an industry and culture have operated for generations. The wine industry is almost exclusively masculine, and Bev is breaking norms and creating something from the female perspective that is approachable, fun, and consumer-centric. And by the way, it's just damn tasty. And it's great if you're traveling. I actually had Bev in Bert Kreischer's tour bus of all places, and I thought, this is nuts. How could I have a rosé, a Sauv Blanc, or a Pinot Gris in a can? That is absurd. And I tell you, it is delicious, refreshing, and so good. And there's 0 sugar, only 3 carbs, and 100 calories per serving, which is great to keep your New Year's goals, like cutting back on sugar and drinking. So it's a great way to have a glass of wine and not overindulge. We've worked on an exclusive deal for the Where My Mom's At podcast listeners. Receive 20% off your first purchase plus free shipping on all orders. I suggest trying their best-selling Ladies Night variety pack so you can check out all of their delicious varietals. Go to drinkbev.com/WMMA or use code WMMA at checkout to claim this deal. That's drinkbev.com/WMMA. Magic Spoon. Let me tell you the best thing about Magic Spoon. Every morning, my kid wakes up at the crack of dawn and he gets to eat his sugar cereal and watch cartoons. And I used to think, oh, I can't do that. I can't join him. Yes, now I can with Magic Spoon, because next to his cereal is my cereal. Magic Spoon. It's so delicious. They got chocolate. They got the fruity flavors. Here's what we have. Cocoa, fruity, frosted, and blueberry, plus brand new flavors including peanut butter and cinnamon. It tastes amazing. You won't even know that you're not eating the real thing. Here's the best part, adults. Listen, 0 sugar, 11 grams of protein, and only 3 net grams of carbs in each serving. Go to magicspoon.com/WMMA to grab a variety pack and try it today. And be sure to use my promo code WMMA at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they will refund your money, no questions asked. That's magicspoon.com/WMMA and use the code WMMA to save $5 off. We thank Magic Spoon for sponsoring this podcast. Yeah, I agree that there's something, man, the lessons I've learned in stand-up comedy have taught me more than anything ever. Learning how to fail,
it's
and then
everything.
Go back. That to me is the core of being a successful human being.
You learn way more from failing and losing than you'll ever learn from winning.
100%. 100%. That's why fuck your participation.
That's what
trophy.
I'm saying.
I'm putting them right in
I
the fucking
bombed
trash.
tonight. Was it my energy? Maybe I need to rework all my fucking material. Maybe I need to reorder it. Maybe I need to write more here and different here. You know what I mean? Like getting up after you just ate a fucking dick and right back out there is the hardest thing. But it builds resilience. It builds character. It builds everything. Everything.
I remember like so many times when I started to learn how to feature in alleyways crying. You know, you do those hell gigs in front of bikers and shit. And I would just eat it. And I'd call my stepsister crying and just, oh my God, how am I going to do the next gig? Next morning you wake up, you drive to the next fucking gig and you do it again.
And you do
it again. Some nights you'll bomb out your first show and then have to go up and do the second show right away. You don't even have time to lick your wounds. And you're like, that's it. Shake it off. You watch animals, you watch a dog. What do they do? First thing, they shake it off. They physically shake it off, right? Taylor Swift, on to the next one, on to the next one, on the next one. And that's a loser, the one who doesn't try, who doesn't fail, and who doesn't go on and try again and try again.
Seinfeld had a great quote about that with skaters, the skater kids. You remember that?
This is why I love skaters. Yeah. Welcome to Redlands Skate Park, pussy. I love skateboarders. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, basically, I can't get it word for word, but what he was saying was those kids are going to be okay. Those kids are over there practicing that trick again and again. Failing. Boom, I got it. Now, boom, 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 boom. Now perfect it. Again. He's like, those kids are going to be all right.
And perfect it. And now let's try the 360.
That's right.
Let's try the fucking another one and another. And then let's try I love skateboard. I agree. Skateboarders and stand-up comedians were very parallel, and strippers. It's all the similar mentality.
You don't just get up on that pole. You better have a routine. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. That's kind of why I want my kids to be skateboarders.
This is our closer right here.
We'll talk about resilience.
Yeah,
strippers have to put on the makeup, go to work, no matter what the fuck is happening.
No matter what is happening.
Yeah, there's a pandemic. Too bad, bitch. Get on the pole.
Get
that's
your titties
hard.
out. That's right.
Yeah, that's a tough fucking gig.
No doubt. I'm pro sex worker all day.
Yeah, that's why I've always been attracted maybe to skateboarders. Just that energy.
Yeah, Tom's definitely that skateboarder look.
Fuck you. He's not. No, shut up. But growing up, I love skater boys. I think they're such badasses, surfers too. I love.
They're also anti-establishment,
yes,
smoking and drinking and out there skating. Yeah,
I love it.
It's all right. Look, you're not supposed to skate anywhere.
No.
And so every day they're out there breaking rules. You know, exactly.
God damn, I love it. They're just fucking rebellious.
But you watch him; he'll sit over there or she will for 5 hours and just do a kick flip.
Yep.
And keep working on that. And that
I love it.
And that. That's life. That's how you get good at shit. People always ask us, how do you do stand-up? There's one way. You do it.
Just do it.
That's it. How do you get good at it? You keep doing it.
Again.
You keep doing it.
Well, you know what's interesting is if you watch your toddler, what do they always say to you? Again.
Mm-hmm.
Again.
Right.
They want to, again, I want to master it. Mastery. Mastery is what the toddler, the 2-year-old is all about. Yeah, you have to let them do it. Let them play. Let them get dirty. Let them fall. Big time. Oh, gosh. It's all there. It's interesting when you look at child development, the resilience and everything. It's all there. Those kids are yours to ruin with fucking participation awards and BS. Yeah. You know what? I was talking about this on this show that we created. Did you know that we created food allergies in children?
I believe it 100%. Our pediatrician said recently that she did. She said that it would have been better to allow kids to eat peanuts and all this shit instead of waiting. And we created the allergy for a lot of the shellfish and all that.
That's
shit.
right.
Yeah.
Because
I put crab in my daughter's mouth. I'm not even kidding.
I did too. I put everything
I was
in
like,
my
eat
kids.
shrimp, eat this.
I did
Just
too.
build the immunity.
But what you're talking about with the homeschooling and the hours with the kids, I think especially as mom, because I mean, I know you're a single parent and that's different, but around my house, in my house, mom is the center of the universe because I have 2 little boys, and dad is chopped liver. He is less than chopped liver. They don't give a rip about dad right now. So even if I want to pawn them off onto him, they're just like, no, I want mommy. I hear it so much. And especially during this pandemic time, like there are days where your needs don't get met. Your needs as an adult, just to sit there and stare or watch an episode of The Crown or like do anything. And I mean, you deal with that because you're a single parent. And when you're with your daughter, it's just relentless.
Yeah. I have my daughter half the time. And It's just me, and it's always been just me. I mean, I'm talking from 1 year old, so potty training.
Oh my God.
You know, ERs. It's all me. Every bath, every hair. I'm taking her to every hair appointment. Her mom's never taken her to get her hair done. I take her to this. You know, when the salons are open, I take her to this nice ass Brent. What's up, Tara? I take her to this nice ass Brentwood salon, and Stella's in there getting. Oh, she fucking loves it. Loves it. But I like bonding with her like that. But still, mom is still the center of the universe. Like I am when she's at my home. But can I call mom? I miss mom. And I'm like, yeah, of course. You know, there are nights where if I've had her a bunch of nights in a row for whatever reason, like, can I go to mom's? I'm like, just give mom a call. If she says she's not around, then yeah, and I'll take her over, you know. So, but yeah, if she had to pick who she would live with, I mean, my guess would be her mom. Like right now, if you asked her.
That's normal,
yeah.
though.
I mean, look, I'm the dad. I get it. But I'm also... The silver lining to single parenting as a dad is I don't have anybody over there telling me don't teach her that, don't do that.
Yeah,
I'm raising my daughter for this fucking planet,
for
not
this world. Yeah, same
for the shit that's going on now. Kick them right in the fucking nuts if they touch you. Yeah. I'm teaching her pressure points already.
Good.
Yeah, I'm like, you take a finger and jab it in their goddamn neck, their eye, whatever you have to do to get out of there. Yeah.
Let me tell
you. Bite them, do whatever. I showed her Bruce Lee.
Good. My mother was very relentless at teaching me about men, and you know, if this guy is weird, don't fuck. Basically, you have to say these things to girls, and because
don't get into comedy.
Don't get into comedy.
I already told her that.
That too.
Don't.
But women are so groomed to be polite and accommodating that we don't say, no, thank you. Get the fuck out of here. You ever watch Old People? There's a documentary about old people. It's called The Villages. It's about a retirement community in Florida. And there's this grifter, this old asshole who tries to find a rich, excuse me, there it is, some kind of heaven.
Okay.
And it's fantastic because he tries to grift these old rich women, right? Because he's living out of his van. And he'll go up to this older broads and be like, hey, so, you know, I worked in Hollywood and I worked with so-and-so and so-and-so. And the older women are just like, I don't care about that. You just want a woman with money. And that takes age and wisdom for a woman to not be accommodating to males. You understand that whole fucking social dynamic of be nice, be sweet, be pretty, be hot. Those are what we're taught, and all that stuff is fine. But to be like, no disrespect, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
That takes years. And did you know, I just listened to the Bill Cosby podcast. You got to check this one. It's called Chasing Cosby.
Well,
you got to fucking listen to this one. This
I thought
is
you were
about
saying
rape.
He's doing one from prison.
That's what Tom said.
Like,
no.
What?
No, I wish. That would be the
Cosby
best.
got a pot? He's got murk?
Yeah. He's like, I still didn't do it. But they talk about rape, and usually it's not the, I'm saying, yes, it can happen. It's not the stranger in the bushes. Usually it's the guy you've known for fucking 7 years.
Right.
Who you trust.
Same thing with molestation. They say it's usually someone you know.
Great.
Yep.
I mean, and that's really, really scary. It's important to, I think, teach girls to trust their instinct about certain men. If you don't feel good around a man, there's probably a reason for it.
That's right. And even if there isn't, you don't. And that's good enough.
That's enough.
That's enough. Your feelings are enough.
Yeah.
You know, consent is real, not just sexually, but I don't make my daughter hug anyone. She doesn't want to hug. I never do that shit either. If she wants to give you a hug, she'll give you a hug. Yeah. You know, I don't make them hug. I make them say hello, goodbye, thank you, all that. You don't have to fucking hug it out. I hated hugging people I didn't want to hug when I was a kid. I'm like, why? And I'm also like, you know, I'm right at your ass height. You know what I mean? As a kid, you don't. I'm hugging on your leg. I don't want to do that.
Plus, all my parents, like old Hungarian guys, they all had like thick cologne on and oily,
and it stays on.
Yeah,
you. It does. Like right here on your face. You're like, where is that? Where is it?
It's the worst.
It's on my face.
It's the worst. But the decently good part about being a single parent is that you do get alone time. Like there is downtime.
It's Yeah,
You get days
there's
off.
alone. You get days off, which affords me the opportunity to work because that's what. And now, especially with homeschool now, I can't even normally even on my day. I drop my daughter off at school. I can go record. Like I have a sitter right now. You know what I mean?
To come do this.
Yeah,
Oh,
come.
you're the sweetest.
But
Thank you.
I'm dying to do this.
Yeah, I know.
But you know, I still have an 8-hour window to go write, work, or just get personal shit done, doctor's appointments. But my life now has to be scheduled around the days I don't have her strictly.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, wow.
So
fucking much.
but again, we're alive.
Yeah,
we got
okay.
through this
We got
motherfucker.
nodules
Got a
in
healthy
her.
dose of the antibody. I'm talking about all I'm worried about is today.
Same. I know. I never thought I'd be that way. You know what's interesting? And you
Thinking
definitely
about getting on 30 milligrams. Of Lexapro. What do you think it would do?
I love
what
you.
do you think it
You're practically levitating. You're the Buddha. What are you on? 20?
floating through this motherfucker? Sorry, y'all gonna have to put some concrete on my ankles. I can't come down. Where are you sitting? You got cinder blocks?
You know, I had this thought that I think you could definitely appreciate the other day, that parenting under normal circumstances, when you are a respectable age, like you and I are, we waited a little bit, and you have the resources, and you are of sound mind, is fucking hard. Like, even just being a fairly healthy adult and doing this shit is hard. Imagine
it's easy to just leave your kid.
Yes.
That's the easiest thing to do.
Adios. But
Go play over at the house next door. That's easy.
But to actually give a fuck. And also, like, our parents, I'm assuming your mom and, I can't, she's not dead yet. We can't really talk openly. But, you know, my mother had extreme mental illnesses. Like, imagine being impaired and trying to parent a kid. Like, ugh. I have so much more sympathy now for my parents than I ever have before.
Yeah.
I'm no longer angry with them. I was angry for many years.
That's the right progression.
Is that right? Is that normal?
Yeah.
Where you
Well,
just
you
go
should.
like,
You also don't want to be.
God.
Drew said this to me too at one point. He said, "Well, you don't want to be when they get to be 80, and if you're still like, rah, 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 rah,
Yeah.
now you're just picking on this old ass person. Other people don't see what you feel.
That's so
you
true.
know, and they just see this. What, you're just yelling at this old lady trying to cross the street. You know,
That is so true. But I think now I have such a sensitivity to people and their parents. Like, I used to have a neighbor, this sweet old man, and he's like, well, my kid don't visit me. And I was like, I wonder why. There's something going on here.
Sure.
That you don't know the whole story.
parenting's a
You
long
don't know
game.
it.
I'm a good dad right now.
Right
I
now.
am.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as things go well and we all stay healthy and live our normal lives, I got a long way to go. You know, you could fuck that up for 5 years and get back on track. You know what I
hope
mean?
so.
Parenting is a long game.
It's a marathon.
It's a marathon, and the dividends do not get paid out by your children until they're in their 30s or whatever. Like, how the fuck did you do this? How did you? You know, so all I want to be is alive for my daughter to ask me those questions. Like, how in the fuck did you? I'll tell you, I almost died. I go listen to Where My Mom's At, episode 366. I talk about it with Christina.
I know. Like, I took care of you when I had COVID. I had the pandemic thing, and I fucking sang to you. Yeah. How do we do it? How do
Love.
we do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the power
I love
of
it
love.
though. I absolutely love being a
Yes,
dad.
it's the best.
Fucking love it. Yeah.
I mean, I tell this to Tommy all the time. Like, what would we do with all of the free time? Like, what the fuck? What did we do before we had kids? I don't even remember.
Man, I must have just watched so much bullshit TV because I don't watch much TV at all now. I'm like, I don't even need that package.
I know.
You know,
you
what
don't
did we
have
do
time.
before? I don't know what we did. Well, we did comedy. I know
We
that.
did comedy,
we used to
yeah.
do that shit.
I mean, I can't imagine my life. What was it like before I had them? And now they're just everything. They're just every moment.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, how's Juju? How's Essie's? What's going on? What are they doing? What are they up to? Even now, I'm talking to you. I'm looking, making sure that they're okay. Like, it's everything because they're so adorable. That's so true that they just pay you in fucking smiles. It's the only job that pays in smiles.
That's it. That's it. Smiles and laughs, hugs and kisses, and it's enough. That's it for me. I'm good.
Would you have another one? Would you do it again?
I say no. I wouldn't. I don't think it would be. I'd be too old. I don't know. I'd have to get some,
Some young strange.
yeah, with some good knees. You know, you got to be active. You got to be active.
True that.
You know?
That's the one thing I'm not great at. I would say is the active shit. Like,
I'll say this: practically,
do
no,
that.
I wouldn't have another one, but I would love to.
yeah.
I would love to. Yeah, I really like it. I really love being a dad, and kids just, they're the best. It's fucking discovery in your house. You get to watch them develop, and I'm like, damn, you know that? My daughter told me some shit the other night. She goes, actually, Dad, a virus, and I was like, where the hell did you learn that in school? She goes, Storybots. I said, can we put some more Storybots on? She goes, I love Storybots. Let's watch that shit. I've learned about viruses, dinosaurs. We put that shit on. Storybots. You watch that?
I know
one?
Storybots. Ellis watched Star Wars.
great
There
shit.
it is. Yep.
Oh, he watched Mandalorian?
Well, no. The OG
original?
Star Wars. It's funny because I won't let him watch, what's that dumb shit, Captain America? I'm like, there's too much violence in this. I'm like, let's put on Star Wars. And it's the same shit. It's just pew, pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew, just in space
Yeah.
and robots. But I feel like there's no blood in Star Wars. Really.
Nah, not much. And many people don't die either.
Yeah.
You see them get shot and they go, it's not gory.
Yeah, that's true. There's a tonal difference. Did you know that Princess Leia was banging Han Solo
Yeah.
in real life?
Oh, in real life?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they fucked the first 3 months of filming.
Wow,
that
that's
first
hot.
movie. Yeah. And also, I found myself attracted now to Han Solo instead of Luke Skywalker. I used to be a Luke Skywalker.
You mean because he became a dad? Because he became a dad.
Is that right?
Yeah. Remember his son killed him.
Oh.
Am I ruining it for you?
I don't
Spoiler
remember
alert.
any of this stuff. But look how much hotter Han Solo
Well,
is.
he's a fucking man.
He's
and
a
he
man.
flies the guy. First of all, here's the thing about Han Solo.
Yeah.
He's not a good guy.
No.
Right. He's a fucking pirate. He's a space pirate with a Wookiee, and he flies the goddamn Millennium Falcon. I mean, Luke Skywalker's got all that cool Jedi shit and everything, but whatever.
God, you really broke it down for me like
That's
that.
a man. That's why.
You're
He's a
right.
boy.
That's right.
There's a
That's
big
what
difference.
Tom said. He's like, Luke's for boys.
Yes.
Han's for
That's for fucking men and women.
fuck. It's for guys to fuck. Yeah.
For guys to fuck.
I don't know. I agree.
Yeah.
Because now I'm watching it as an adult woman. I'm like, damn, Han is fucking hot. Damn, homie. Yeah, Luke's a child. Although I do like his Jedi stuff. How much would you love to go to Jedi school?
Man.
Okay, well,
I'd be happy to get a C in it. I'd be the only C's Jedi.
Would you rather go
Common Core Jedi school?
Common
or-
yeah, fuck that. Would you rather go to Jedi school or go to the Jason Bourne Academy and learn all the stuff that Jason Bourne
Oh,
knows?
Jedi, no doubt.
Really?
Yeah.
That's true.
I could
guess.
change your mind.
Okay,
you could
okay.
say, I'm going to nuke you, and I'd be like,
No, you're not. Yeah.
and you'd be like, oh, never mind.
Okay, what about this? Hogwarts
Mhm.
to train to be a wizard or a Jedi school? That's more
Jedi.
equivalent. Still.
Yeah. I'm not into capes and wizards and shit. You know what I mean? I don't want a pointy hat. Who the fuck wants to wear a pointy hat?
You could do magic spells, though.
You can do magic.
Boom, boom, boom.
You can do
Anything that you desire. You know darn well when you
They're going to
cast your spell.
demonetize you. You're going to have to pay them for this.
Fuck. You know, I'm really into easy listening now that I'm a
Are you?
mom. Yeah, I started getting to EL over the core. I like it. What are you doing right now as a middle-aged man that you're embarrassed about?
Oh, that's good. I'll tell you, I just put on a 90s playlist, a rock playlist, 90s.
Come on, bro. That's like 2 years old in my phone.
I just did it like the last couple
Yeah?
weeks.
What you got on there? Let's talk about
I
it.
just go to Spotify and put like
Oh, okay.
top 90s hits or whatever, and then I,
Okay.
jump through those. What else am I
TLC?
doing that?
Don't go
listen,
chasing
I didn't have
waterfalls.
parents, okay? So
Neither did I.
I have a stack of concert tickets. All we did was go to shows, and I've seen everybody.
Oh.
I'll tell you some of the embarrassing
I love
ones I've
it.
went to.
Yeah.
I took a cousin to see, and I'm pretty sure it was all three. It was Keith Sweat,
Oh
Color
my
Me
God.
Bad, and Paul Abdul.
That's a great show.
That was not a great show. Paul Abdul was.
Isn't Color Me Bad the pottery place where you can
Color Me
design?
Mine. That's
Oh.
Color Me Mine. You better not be getting sexed up down at. Nah, is that the dude? You better not be getting sexing me up down at Color Me Mine. I'm just trying to paint. Wow, that is him.
D with 2 D's.
He got arrested.
Color Me Bad.
He attacked somebody.
Wait a minute. This guy, this fat fuck,
That's
which
the
one was
lead
he?
singer right there. I think that's the
No.
lead singer.
Hell no.
Is that the
dude.
lead singer?
Dude, he looks like shit. He's super fat
He
now.
attacked his own bandmate. And from behind, you little bitch ass move.
Yo,
That's a bitch move to push your
you
own
cannot
bandmate.
get this fat after you've been in the limelight.
Not talking about sexing me up.
Not get fat like that. You cannot.
Man, oh man.
Color me
He's
bad.
got a Batman fucking chin hair. What the fuck is that? Look at looks like the goddamn Batman. Should have got arrested for that.
That facial hair is so stupid. And he put the flavor saver there too. What the fuck? Wow. That's embarrassing. Yeah.
All right,
that
wait. What
sucks.
else am I doing that's embarrassing? I mean, normally I would say I haven't put on jeans in almost a year, but I'm proud of that. Not embarrassed of that anymore.
Yeah. You
I
know
don't
what Tom
know.
said? He goes, because I watch every royalty show. He goes, you like anything British? And if it's Brits baking, he's like, that's even fucking better. I'm
You
like,
love
oh,
that
it's
shit,
so
huh?
embarrassing. Yeah, I do. I like The Crown and I like Brits baking. I like anything British people do.
Yeah.
British people doing British shit. I like that. I never would admit to that. When we think of health, we tend to think of just exercising regularly, eating right, and getting 8 hours of sleep. But you know, mental health is just as important as physical health. And I know it can be hard to talk to somebody about this stuff, but that's why PlushCare makes it easy to connect with a doctor wherever you are, whenever you are ready. PlushCare's primary care physicians are here for you 7 days a week to help you start feeling better as soon as possible. In addition to handling ongoing and urgent care, they also treat a wide range of common mental health issues. Are you ready? Listen, anxiety, depression, stress, even trouble sleeping. Did you know that you don't have to live with those things? If you're feeling down, worried, or not like yourself, you can book a same-day appointment and see a PlushCare doctor right from the comfort of your own home. Or using your phone or computer. PlushCare makes it easier than ever to take care of yourself inside and out. Start your membership today. Go to plushcare.com/WMMA to start your free 30-day trial. That's plushcare.com/WMMA for a free 30-day trial. Plushcare.com/WMMA. I've got several playlists. I've got I've got cool jams. I've got Mom's goth jams, Mom's punk jams, quarantine jams. I made a jams for this whole year that I've been listening
Really?
to. Yeah. Yeah.
My Spotify makes me laugh because it'll say on repeat, and it'll go like through a song I like, and then it'll go some Post Malone, and then it'll be the Zombies from Disney, and then Moana, and I'm like, people pull up next to me and they hear that shit, but I'm trying to play. It's all kid. I look like a fucking pedo out there. You pull up next to my car this summer. It's all fucking.
What's your song? What do you like
Disney
on
tunes.
Moana? You like Moana?
Moana?
What song
I'm
do
just
you
saying, it's like you like the album, and then
Oh, and
it'll
then it's-
randomly
oh.
push something through, and fucking here comes The Rock singing and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, I got a baby seat in here, a child seat.
Okay, do you do this when you read to Stella? I skip pages. Like The Cat in the Hat, that is a long book,
It's a long
bro.
ass book.
So I'll be like, and I cannot play that day. It was all wet and rainy, said the cat.
Yeah, but my daughter, you know,
Thing
who,
one and thing two. Next.
fucking detective over here is like, you skipped pages. She knows. I'm like, God damn it.
By 6, they know. 5,
on
they
a
don't
big
know.
on a big book, I skip pages. Yes, for sure.
Hell yeah.
But now I
right?
have her reading to me, so I don't have to
That's
read
great.
anymore. Yeah.
That's fantastic. I can't
Not
wait.
that I don't have to read anymore, but I put it on her. And also, you know what that also does? It tires her out more.
Yeah.
So we get into bed, I make her read 2 or 3 books, and then she's like, boom, starts drifting. I'm like, your eyes get tired. And it makes them more tired and go to sleep.
That's the secret. See, with my older boy, I tire him the fuck out, like running and soccer and this, and then he still has the.
I was gonna say he never
fights
gets
it.
tired.
He's
out.
like,
what
are you doing?
He still made me laugh when I was like, man, who wrote all over the walls here? He's like, my parents. He said that shit like it was true. I laughed so hard, like, your parents wrote on the wall, huh? And Stella's looking at me like, huh? And I go, he goes, yeah. And I go, why'd they do that? He's like, well, to protect the walls so they don't fall. I'm like, okay, all right.
He's so crazy, dude. He's wild. I'm not worried about him at all.
Well, he's
wild.
Okay, I don't know if you consider this the right thing or not, but when we were hanging out at your house, my daughter comes down crying.
Yeah.
Remember, and she's like, he
Yeah.
called me a stupid girl.
I think about that.
And
don't like it.
I just said, he's just being a boy. And
Oh.
10 seconds later, they're playing together again.
Yeah.
But what I mean is, he means nothing by it. He's just being a boy, and it's no
Yeah,
big deal.
he's a stupid
Like,
boy.
if we sit there and fucking make a big deal out of it. And you got to have ice cream every time somebody says something that, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, sometimes people are going to say some shit they don't mean. And maybe he's going through some shit. His parents are writing on his walls. I mean,
well, let me tell you what I suspect. I think he's got a punk-ass friend at school.
Oh, yeah.
Because he started saying that day. I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? The girl acting like."
Because I know there ain't no way you're letting your boys disrespect girls.
That's what I said to him. I go, "Is mom a stupid girl? No." I go, "Well, you know I'm a girl. Is Claudia our nanny? Is she stupid? No." I go, "Then we're not stupid. You know, mom's magic." I go, "Yeah." I go, "Fucking shoot lasers out of my eyes. Did you know that?" Like I tell him all these lies, but yeah, I don't know. I think he's got a friend at school that's saying weird stuff. I don't know where he fucking.
Well, but those are necessary things in life.
Yes, the point is, yes.
We have older siblings are going to teach your younger siblings shit way faster than as a parent you'd wish they'd learn. You know, my daughter has a 17-year-old brother. You know,
I know. That's
so
wild.
it's 11-year difference. He's already teaching her shit.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter and then my friend's daughter both have teenage brothers, and you can definitely tell these girls have teenage brothers.
Because they're just
the way they
mature
talk.
and
Yeah, and I'm
stuff.
like, what the fuck's that? What are you, 13 now all of a sudden? Like, what the fuck?
I know. It's true, though. You do need to hear that kind of stuff.
My daughter will say shit to me like, you can try it, Dad, but it's not going to happen. You know, I'm like, who the fuck are you right now over here? Yeah.
God, I hate that he said that to her. It made me so sad.
No, it's a good fucking learning thing. One boy told my daughter her makeup looked stupid. She got all upset. And I was like, listen, who cares what he thinks?
Well, the weird thing is that, not the weird thing, but the true thing is that boys are so into girls, and women and girls really dictate their whole worlds.
Everything.
Like, yeah, like mom, I'm a girl. They're fucking into me, man. Like I don't take a shower alone. I don't shit alone because they're always in my asshole, you know?
Yeah.
And like, and he's in love with a girl at school. Like I know that these women have power over them, and they don't know how to handle this infatuation or just like the female power. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. It's wild. It's interesting to watch it all evolve.
But it was over, and
But
like,
it
he came
evolves.
down too, right? When he saw her cry, he's like, oh shit,
yeah.
oh shit, something's gonna happen down there.
You know what's interesting too is that, as a woman in comedy too, I hate even saying that phrase. As a woman in comedy, it's like, did I just
say it
do
like
that?
that?
Oh, that was so gross. Like, I'm in the locker rooms in essence with you dudes for the last,
doubt.
17
you are,
years.
yes.
And I've watched dudes try jokes that are, quote, offensive against women, blah, blah, blah. And if I would get all up in my own bullshit about that, I wouldn't have friends. I wouldn't have male friends. You have to give leniency to people.
You wouldn't be in comedy.
I know.
Some of the shit comedians say, you're like, man, you better hope like hell somebody didn't hear that one. You know what I mean? Like, holy shit. But I love that. Like, that's what, I mean, if we're not going to joke with each other like that, where we know we can't fucking say that anywhere else, it's that same kind of release. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I know I can say this to Christina.
But even making the mistake. So Ellis said, you're a stupid girl. And then he fucking learned that doesn't fly. And now he's not going to do that again.
And 5 seconds later, here's the other beautiful thing.
Yeah.
They're playing together. I wish I could tap into being affected by something and letting it go the way children do so quickly. I think about often when that changes. When do you start holding a grudge? When does holding on to something and then letting it affect your entire psyche and well-being, what age does that fucking start? Like, when do we lose the ability to just, never mind, and I'm back to normal? I wish we could tap into that.
I know. And then you gravitate naturally towards your
like,
friends and your kids.
6 months ago, this motherfucker, you know what I mean? You're just holding on to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that.
And then you naturally gravitate towards the kids that you feel comfortable with that are your friends, and naturally, instead of
and
this
also,
forced shit.
our kids read our vibe. If we're not tripping, if we're not anxious, if we're not yelling, if we're not crying, if we're not whatever, then they go right back to what they were doing.
Neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. I was reading a book. I get this book. I can always forget if it's a prescription or subscription because we mess up the word so much.
It's a prescription.
On your mom's house. A prescription. Prescription. We get a prescription for books every month. They come in the box. And I've noticed a trend in the books that everything is about like, okay, there's this one book that's just like head, shoulders, knees, and toes or whatever, okay? And every page is like inclusive times a million inclusive though. Like it's not just like here's a Hispanic kid next to a fucking Asian kid. It's literally like here's this is a darker skinned boy and he has, is it called vitiligo that Michael Jackson had, where like, so would you Google vitiligo? I'm making sure I'm saying this properly. Yeah, vitiligo. It's that kid's in the class too. And then there's a kid on crutches and then a kid in a wheelchair and then a Muslim girl. And it was like, wow, this diversity shit is off the rails, bro. Like I'm all about inclusion. It's awesome to teach, but it doesn't, my friend's a kindergarten teacher and I showed it to her and she was like, yeah, this doesn't even exist in the world. Like this much diversity.
Yeah. You'd have to cast that. You would have to cast, and it would probably take you weeks to cast that crew for a commercial.
And I understand the intent, and I think the intent is lovely, but I do think there's also something to be said about learning about other people in an organic, not so like force-fed way. Like remember the first time you saw a Sikh kid at school, and you're
not
like,
at school. I never saw one at school. In
Oh,
college.
college. Yeah, and you're like, yo, what's up with that fucking shit on his head, bro? And then you guys would talk some shit. And then you'd fucking, maybe one of you would be daring enough to make fun of him. And then that kid would fucking choke you out up against the wall.
Yeah.
And then you never
Unwrap
made
that
it.
turban, wrap it around your motherfucking neck. Like, make fun of me now, motherfucker.
Right, but I'm just saying there was a more organic way about learning about differences and cultures. And like, by the way, the Muslim girls had hijab on. They don't even put hijab on girls who haven't had puberty yet. It's like not even right, factually.
You're very cultured because of this. You grew up here. This is a melting pot.
Yeah.
It's not like that everywhere. So going back to what you said about that 1 year of community service in the college plan, the 2 years of education, 1 year, I think that that's a great thing. And in that year, you should be able to volunteer and work with different groups of people and then learn more about them from them. I don't want to learn about this lady from a, you know, I've had 2 transgender guests come on the Patreon, HoneyDew with y'all, subscribe. And
YouTube.com/Ryan Sickler.
R.
Sickler.
Yeah.
R. Sickler.
Just go to RyanSickler.com, subscribe to everything. I'm at Ryan Sickler on all social media. But I told them I don't want to be the old white guy that's barking, I don't understand. I do want to understand.
I do too.
But I also don't want to get my information from a bunch of fucking morons that think they know what they're talking about. I'd rather go to someone in that community or whatever it is
100%.
and learn the real shit from them so that I'm not some ignorant old fuck and I do get it, you know?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, dude.
But the only way to do that is to ask questions and have dialogue, and those questions may be uncomfortable for both people, but how else am I going to fucking learn?
I think that's
Don't
that's
yell
what I'm
at
saying.
everybody. Like, you want us to be accepting of everyone, and I agree we should, but could we learn a little bit about you? I don't know about you. I didn't grow up with someone like you, or, you know what I mean? You know, whatever it is, orphans or adopted children or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Yeah, because the learning about each other is messy. Everything is messy in human relationships.
Because you're not supposed to ask questions. You're just supposed to, don't stare. Don't ask. I'm like, how am I supposed to learn about this fucking person?
I know.
I'm just supposed to know what this person is. They're just supposed to know what the fuck I am. And they've never seen me or one of me before. Like, why is it offensive to talk to that person and ask them?
I agree. And I think my problem with like the ultra inclusive children's books is that like it's great that it normalizes it, but then maybe does that push also a culture of like, can I ask? Is it offensive? And to be offensive is considered like the cardinal sin of this time. To be offensive or to be shaming is another one. You cannot be shaming. You cannot be offended or be offensive.
Apologists are another one. You're an apologist for anything. If you're like, that guy's not racist. He was just asking that person if they were Korean, and they're not, so he's ignorant. There's a difference between ignorance and racism. That's not racist. That's just ignorant.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's true. I don't know.
There's a big difference between ignorance and racism.
Yeah, like I know I'm ignorant.
I'm ignorant to a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
It's a lack of knowledge. But guess what? I can't fucking ask you anything because then I'm a racist. I'd rather live in my ignorance than be a racist. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'll just thumbs up you from a distance on everything these days. is the safest shit to do.
I know. It's so funny too because I got into some hot water on Twitter, I guess, for some fucking joke I had in his special about my Indian stepdad. He's passed now. My stepdad, I grew up with an Indian step family. I felt it was within my rights to discuss my experience of
course
my own
it is.
family.
It's your experience and your family.
It's with my family. And of course, I got some heat, but my stepsister caught wind of it. She's Indian, and she called me, and she goes, "The irony is that your stepdad, my dad, whatever, her father, would have been so fucking annoyed at the outrage by it. He would have been like, don't you fucking pity me. Fuck you and don't pity me. Let me worry about me. And my, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't need your pity. I don't need that from you." And there is some, I think, dignified quality to being able to bust balls. I mean,
thank you. I was going to say this earlier. The whole let them deal with it outside, talking about our kids going out, let them talk. Listen, being picked on, it's a good thing sometimes because you learn how to fight back verbally.
Yeah.
You learn how to use your words back. You learn how to, the dozens. I mean, it was a game people played. Your mama this, your mama that, back and forth. Who could outdo the other one? It's the most offensive shit you could say. Then, roasts are built on shitting on the people you love. Like, it does take, a quick wit, a quick mind, and that's why I say if next time if your son said something like that, she should come up with a response, not turn around, walk away, and cry about it.
Yeah.
Come say something back.
Say some shit back. Kick him in the nuts.
No, don't hit him. Don't hit him. If he hits first, he's allowed to kick your son in the nuts.
But that's true because if I laid down and cried every time somebody said something messed up to me,
You'd never get up.
I would never have become anything in this life.
Nothing.
You think people didn't tell me I'm stupid every fucking step of wanting to become a female comic?
But see, where we get a small bit of bulletproof is that when your own parent hates you. What do y'all think you're gonna say to me?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? True. What do you think you're gonna say to 48-year-old Ryan that hurts more than what 8-year-old Ryan hurt?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You ain't. Please keep your shit at home, bro.
Yeah,
moving on. Yeah,
that's right. You can't fuck with me.
No.
I've already been messed with.
Yeah.
You can't.
Nothing.
You can't, and also other people's thoughts, and those are theirs. That belongs to them. It's nothing to do with you. So I think this whole idea of like changing the way everyone else acts around you, it's wishful thinking. You know what I'm saying? To try to police everybody. It's
nice.
It's
a great idea.
Yeah.
Now let's be real.
Yeah, the good intent. It's good and well intended, most definitely, and maybe it'll balance a little bit. I don't know, but maybe you're right. Maybe growing up in LA, I just saw a lot of different stuff.
We don't have a little Armenia in Baltimore. Okay.
That's right.
We don't have a little Ethiopia out there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Diversity here is
true.
Insane. It's such a diverse
So maybe
place.
that's why you need a book like that. Like if a kid lives somewhere where there's no Muslim people or handicapped people, they have to see it in order to be like, oh, that's
people
normal.
Like, what's a Persian? What is that?
That's wild. Yeah.
Yes.
That's wild. Really? Okay.
You don't know that. You grew up in the Midwest.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Unless there's a community or something, you might have one kid or something that comes in, but that's about it.
I know, but then how much more do you learn like when you actually know that person? Like I've been to the Middle East twice, and I went because I wanted to know what all the hubbub was about. Like I wanted to know why are we at war? Like what the fuck? And they're the nicest. Everything was great. You know what I'm saying? Like every Muslim I met was awesome, and I have no beef with. It's like so stupid.
I think the thing you learn about is.
Oh, there you go.
This is my friend, and he wears this funny hat.
Yeah, who gives a fuck?
But he still eats Frosted Flakes and watches fucking story bots and blah blah blah. I mean, they're people. They're just people.
No,
yeah,
they're just people.
But I want to know more about people, and I don't want to be this ignorant old white dude that just is barking all the time about I don't get it. I don't get it. I want to get it. So let me ask you some shit about it because I'm inquisitive,
Yeah, maybe that's the part I don't like, the offendedness. It's like it doesn't lend itself to being open with other people or just saying like your dumb thoughts. So what if you have a dumb thought every now and then? Look, podcasting is nothing but dumb thoughts sent out into the ethers, and then the person at home goes, I thought that too. That's stupid. Yeah.
And somebody else is like, I'm going to cancel her. Let me put this one in. Yeah.
Cancel. All right. Listen, I love you. Thank you so much for coming.
I love you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're the best. Ryan Sickler at the HoneyDew. Check him out. The HoneyDew. I love the idea of the title of that because nobody likes the HoneyDew.
Nobody gives a fuck about it. I watched the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez.
Stop it.
He ate some of the honeydew and left it. He left it. This motherfucker's killing people. He won't even eat the honeydew.
I hate you for bringing
I couldn't
that
believe
up.
it. I saw it sitting on the table. I'm like, this motherfucker here. Oh, man.
Can I tell you my favorite part about the whole Night Stalker story, having grown up here when that stuff was happening?
That's right. You did.
He ruined my summer of 1985, this asshole. Nobody slept with their windows open that summer because they were afraid the guy was going to come in and snatch it. But the best part of Richard Ramirez, look at this asshole. Ugh.
And hearing people go, we were attack number 31.
Oh,
You're like, what?
This guy was
This
so
fucking
mentally ill. And of course, some woman married him.
Oh, they all want. There were a lot that
all-
wanted to fuck him. They were showing that. I'm like, what?
Because in some pictures, he looks attractive. You're like,
Yeah, there's one where he looks like
Not so bad.
Jim Morrison or Mick Jagger or something.
Kind of hot. But the best part of the whole story is that fucking East Los took him down, homie. Like, it was street. He got chased down.
On the bus, right? Was he
Well,
on the
he was
bus
on the
when they
bus
got him?
first. He got off, and then people recognized him in the streets, and they took him down. It was like street justice. It was the best part for me anyway, because I like that idea that the community was like, yo, fuck this guy. We took him down, bro. All right. Go ahead and email me, wheremymomsat@gmail.com. Leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. It's funny because some people do start their voicemails like, hey, Christine, you stupid bitch.
You dumb bitch.
I'm offended. How
Listen,
dare you?
I still get
How dare you
emails from
shame me?
mommies that start with "Hey Hitler." I'm like, ugh. People see that over my shoulder, like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Don't. You going to the Capitol?" I'm like, "Nah, it's a whole different thing, man. It's a whole different thing."
Hey, Hitler. I love you so much. Thank you for having a babysitter come to do my show.
Hell
I love
yeah,
you.
thank you for having
I'm
me.
doing the HoneyDew next. That's
Come
the
do
next
it,
one.
please.
All right, bro. COVID. High fives.
High fives.
I love you.
I love you too.
All right. Bye, mommies. Until next time, stay cool, moms.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at?